Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. In this episode of Cycling Insider I want to talk about another interesting bike from Orbea, and this time it's going to be Orbea Avant M20 Team-D. As you already know, Orbea is a Spanish bike company. They were founded in 1840, so they have a lot of heritage in making bikes, and also you can see Orbea Bikes present in the professional cycling on different levels of professional cycling. So I was asked a few times about Orbea Bikes, and recently I made one video about Orbea Bikes, Orbea Orca, and now I'm going to feature and talk about the Orbea Avant range. So who is this bike for? Let's first answer this question. So when you look at the Orbea Avant range, this is all about comfort and long days in the saddle. So this is all about endurance rides. So just keep that in mind, because if you want to go all out climbing lightest, stiffest bikes, then you gotta go with Orbea Orca range. So Orbea Avant range, it's all about long days in the saddle and the comfort during your rides. So this Avant M20 Team-D has a current price of 2,400 British pounds, which is about $3,000 for all the people across the pond. So definitely it's kind of in the middle of the price for the bikes, I would say, kind of middle range considering the prices. So 2,400 British pounds, definitely not cheap, but I would say also not on the top range of the expensive bikes. When you look at the paint scheme of the bike, you got three choices. You get the first one, which is black and gray, which I would just skip because it's boring. Then you have the second choice, which is this navy blue with the hints of red. And this one, I have to say, looks pretty nice, pretty good. I would definitely consider this paint scheme. And then there is the one which I consider my favorite, which is kind of a light blue and black, almost like gray, blue and black. This is a beautiful paint scheme, and if I'm in the market for this bike, I would definitely go with this kind of light blue and black paint scheme. So at least you have three color choices on this bike, and also Orbea offers you a lot of customization on their website, which is nice to see. As I said, the current price is 2,400 British pounds, but always keep in mind that Orbea has a lot of bike dealers around the world, and you should definitely go to your local bike dealer if they stock Orbea and negotiate the price. And I truly believe that by being nice and negotiating nicely, you should be able to get a 10 to 15% discount on this bike, and maybe even drop the price of this bike to something about 2,000 British pounds, and then it's a really interesting offering from Orbea. So let's dive into the components of this bike, and let's see a little bit what do you get for 2,400 British pounds. So let's kick off with the frame and fork. So this is a carbon fiber frame and fork, so Orbea's Avant Carbon OMP level of the carbon fiber. Monocoque construction, comparable with through axles, 12mm through axles, also internal cable routing, and you have a bottom bracket, which is the BB386 standard. When it comes to the fork, we have a full carbon steerer and the carbon dropouts, and again 12mm through axles. And also keep in mind that frame and fork for Orbea, they offer lifetime warranties, so you shouldn't have any special problems even if something goes wrong. Moving on to the crankset. So here you have a few options for the crankset. So you can have Shimano's Ultegra R8000 in 3450 chainring or 3953, and then you also have an FSA offering. One is alloy and one is carbon. Basically, I would here stick with the Shimano Ultegra R8000, and this one 3450 is totally fine for this kind of endurance bike. If you can produce a bit more power, you can go and choose this 3953 chainrings. When it comes to simple components like the headset, handlebars, this is all simple aluminium pieces. You shouldn't be so worried about it. And the only thing is, when it comes to the handlebars, I believe that one of these offerings should be a carbon fiber one. So if you want to upgrade, that's okay, but I wouldn't stress too much. I would just keep the standard headset handlebars and stem as it is. When it comes to the shifters, front mech and rear mech, we have a Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set. So Shimano Ultegra 8020, and or for the shifters, and for the rear mech and the front mech we have a Shimano's Ultegra R8000. Top-notch mechanical group set, no complaints here. There is only one addition here, that if you want to go electronic, so if you want to go Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic, it will cost you an extra 600 British pounds. I personally wouldn't bother here with the electronic group set. I would keep it with the mechanical group set. If later you really want to go all in and upgrade your group set, you can always have this chance in the future. When it comes to the braking system on the bike, here we have Shimano's Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes, so Shimano Ultegra R8070, top-notch hydraulic disc brakes, no complaints here. Cassette on the bike, they are offering Shimano 105 as standard, 1132, 1130, 1128, you can choose. I would personally stick with 1130 or 1132, just so you have this low kind of bailout gear if you are stuck in some really steep mountains. Shimano 105 cassette is a decent cassette, no problem. I wish they included Ultegra cassette here, just because the whole bike is kind of Ultegra level bike. But okay, once when you destroy this cassette and the chain, speaking about the chain, we have a KMC X11 chain, so once when you destroy this combination, you can always upgrade to the Shimano Ultegra cassette and the Ultegra chain. That's a small upgrade for the future. When it comes to the wheel set, the standard wheel set is the kind of combination between Shimano hubs, Shimano RS 470 hubs, and also Orbea, I'm guessing, aluminium rims and other little component spokes. So this is maybe a part where you want to upgrade a bit, and the thing is now the following. So you have a Fulcrum Racing wheel set, which is an extra 62 pounds, or my favorite DT Swiss 1850 aluminium wheel set, which is going to be an extra 150 pounds. So if you can stretch a bit and pay for the DT Swiss wheel set, I would go for the DT Swiss wheel set here. Just one thing to keep in mind, it's a bit confusing with Orbea's website. This is something you need to check. If you go with a DT Swiss wheel set, or for example a Fulcrum wheel set, are the hubs, for example, DT Swiss wheel set with DT Swiss hubs, or the hubs are some kind of Orbea in-house production? Just be aware of this small detail, because later in their technical data they are mentioning something that the front and rear hubs are Orbea's own hubs, which is kind of a bit confusing. So wheel set, definitely something to check with your local Orbea dealer. What are the hubs if you choose different wheel sets, and even the hubs on the regular one, I hope there are, that it is a Shimano's RS 470 free hub body, which is basically Shimano Tiagra level hubs. I'll leave some of the links in the video description below so you can check. When it comes to the tires, standard offering is Vittoria Zafiro 28mm wide tire. Totally fine, totally perfect. You can upgrade to Hutchinson tires, but I wouldn't bother at this level. I would just use the Vittoria ones, and when they are done, then you can buy yourself any tire that you want. Probably I would go with something like Continental tires in the future. When it comes to the seat post, standard offering is aluminium seat post, and this is also something I would personally upgrade. You have here an offering for a carbon fiber seat post, which is going to cost you an extra £36. So if you have enough money, I would go for the carbon fiber seat post, because then you have a nice combination of carbon fiber frame, fork and seat post, and this is truly going to make your ride comfortable, and it's going to soak up a lot of small road bumps. Saddle, the Selle Royale. I've used Selle Royale saddles. I personally like them, but if this is not something that fits you very well, again, it's a small component and you can always upgrade and change it. So these are the components of the Orbea Avant M20 Team-D for currently asking price of 2,400 British pounds. So all in all, it's an interesting offering from Orbea. As I said, this bike is primarily aimed at endurance riding, long days in the saddle and the comfort, so don't expect any kind of all-in racing geometry of this bike. Of course, there's no mention of the bike weight. I wish they included this, and I wish all the bike manufacturers include it, because it's very easy to measure like 10 bikes on a production line and calculate some kind of average weight with standard deviation, but okay, that's a story for another day. So in a summary, we have an endurance bike from Orbea Avant M20 Team-D, carbon fiber frame and fork, lifetime warranty from Orbea. Then we have a full Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set, so shifters, front mech, rear mech. You also get Shimano Ultegra chainrings. You can choose different sizes. Cassette on this bike, a little bit of downgrade Shimano 105, but again, something for the future you can upgrade. Braking system is the Shimano's Ultegra hydraulic disc brakes, top notch, no complaints. The thing is, there's no mention in technical specification what are the braking rotors, braking discs. Is it Shimano or is it something else? Looking at the picture, seems to me it's some kind of basic Shimano braking rotors, and I also hope that they are 160 millimeters both front and back. So this is one of the things you should check with your local Orbea dealer, or even dropping an email to Orbea. So braking rotors, also the wheel set, it's a bit confusing. Does it come with the hubs, for example, like DT Swiss or Fulcrum, if you choose that wheel set, or the hubs are always Orbea hubs and then the rims and spokes are some kind of other manufacturer. So these are the only two small details I would check if you are in the market for this bike. And of course, if there's an opportunity, you should test ride this bike just to feel the geometry if it's good for you. So I think this is gonna be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, please do subscribe and click that little bell icon so you are always notified when I make a new video. And as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Pura Vida!